everybody. My name is Mars. You can call me MG if you would like. Today, I am starting my revisions on XCO, which is the novel that I drafted for NaNoWriMo in 2023. It is currently 8:30 a.m. on the 22nd of January, and I'm gonna see if I can get all of these revisions done in the next 10 days before the month ends, or I guess by the time the month ends, which might be achievable. I really don't know. These aren't going to be like extensive edits and revisions. It's going to be more of like a preliminary cleanup of my first draft so that I can then send it to my critique partners to take a look at. And maybe I could do that in 10 days. I'm hoping so. Otherwise, the end of this vlog is going to be a big disappointment. But I figured I would bring you guys along for the ride while I edit this book. If you haven't been here for too long, XCO is a dark academia novel. It is set in the same world as Revelry in the Dark, which is the novel that I published last year. It's also set in the same world as Project Jenny, which is something that I was working on earlier this month. I was drafting it. It's not as long as the other projects, but it's set in the same world. XCO is currently just under 53,000 words, and that's a lot. So I think I'm hoping I can get it done in the next 10 days because it's not like I said, it's not super intensive edits and revisions, but the first order of business is going to be taking care of brackets. I am very fond of using brackets in my drafts when I don't know what to put yet. I'll be like, okay, I need a scene that does this, but I'm not quite sure how to do that, or maybe I'll be like, I have to do a little bit more research into this topic before I can write this scene out. So, first order of business, taking care of brackets. Then I will go back and read through everything and see if there's anything major that I need to change right away. Major as in like shifting things around, not major as in intensive edits, because like I said, we're not doing anything too deep here. Anything that I can fix quickly but will make a drastic change to the story, so like switching the order of chapters, that sort of thing. And then the third step will be making a list of anything that I want specific feedback on, because usually I just give my drafts and be like, hey, tell me where you think I need to improve or where you think is really good, things of that nature. But I do also like to see if there's anything specific that I'm having trouble with and would like some feedback on. So, like I said, first step, brackets. I did check my document, and there are 43 instances of brackets in this story. They could be anything from just me saying, name this thing, to me being like, I don't want to write this chapter at this point because I don't feel like I could do it justice, which I do with my last chapters a lot. There is barely ever been a first draft where it had a last chapter. It's mostly just me being like, this is the vibes I want for the end of the book. So, hopefully it's more of the shorter brackets and less of the I have to write an entire chapter from scratch brackets, but it's fine. We're gonna see. I'm not sure quite what this vlog is going to look like. I'm thinking it's probably just gonna be me updating you at the end of my writing sessions with maybe some cool time lapses split in there, but we'll see. I might have an epiphany and get to talk to you guys about it, but also I don't want to spoil things because this book obviously isn't out yet if I'm editing it, so who knows. I will just keep you guys updated over the next 10 days while I edit this, and we'll see together if I can do this. So I am going to actually get started on edits right now because I'm feeling the good vibes about it, so I will check in with you guys later. Hello friends, I am here with my first update. So it is now 10:26, so it's been about 2 hours since I last updated you. I have not been working for 2 hours. Katie Ann is currently streaming, so I was working while she was doing a sprint, so there was one 45-minute sprint so far, and I've worked through 10 of my brackets. There were 43 to begin with, and I have done the easiest ones, so they are ones that are just like, I can't think of the word that I want, but it's similar to these, or like fill in a couple lines of dialogue here. Those are the ones that I've done so far. So the fact that I've done 10 in 45 minutes is not an accurate representation of how the rest of them are going to go. But yes, I'm going to take a break because I don't want to work for this next sprint. The next 45-minute sprint has just started, and I think I'm going to read just for a little bit of variety. And then I will probably get back to writing after lunch, I think. I think that's the issue, is that I'm starting to get hungry, but I don't feel like making food yet. So yeah, I'm gonna read for a little bit, maybe watch some YouTube, and then get back to writing later on, is the plan. Well, okay, actually, I think I'm gonna work for a little bit more because the, um, I haven't gone through all of the brackets to see what they are. I think I have like a couple more pages to scroll through to see if there are brackets. I'm using the find function, I'm not just scrolling to see if I see any. So I'm gonna see if there's any more easy ones. And if there are, I'll do them, and if not, then I'll take my break. It's fine. I don't have to be this like detailed about my plans, but I will come back and update you guys after I get more work done, which probably won't be for many, many hours. So I will see you then. Hello, friends. It is just past 8 o'clock on the 22nd, and I am officially calling it for the day in terms of revisions. I wasn't going to be done. I was going to do more after I finished reading the book I was reading, To the Lighthouse by Virginia Woolf. But I just finished reading that, and I'm like, I don't feel like going back to do more writing, more revisions. So I'm calling it for today. I got through the first 2 chapters, which is less than I wanted, but I had to add a whole chunk at the end of chapter 1. It was like 500 words, and then chapter 2 was very clean already. I just had to tidy up a couple of sentences with some weird phrasing that needed to be fixed. But chapter 3, I'm going to have to add a whole section in the middle because there's a spot that says there's a discussion. Don't know if I'm gonna just like say what they were talking about or if I'm gonna have explicit dialogue. And I'm like, I really don't feel like figuring all that out tonight, so I will do that tomorrow. But 2 chapters out of 27 isn't a bad start. I still have 9 more days to go. So I am going to finish up here and see you guys tomorrow when I pick my revisions back up, starting with that dialogue in chapter 3. Good morning, friends. It is 9 a.m. on the 23rd, so I am getting ready to do my revisions for the day. The goal is 3 chapters, so chapters 3, 4, and 5, because I'm going in order, at least for now. I'm not sure if I'm going to go in order the entire time for this revision, but for now that's working, so that's what we're going to do. And I'm in the bedroom today because my boyfriend went into the office for work instead of working from home, so I have to stay out here because otherwise my cats will cry at the door. Mostly just Chloe. Gremlin doesn't really care, but Chloe's not allowed in the office because she will pull things down from my shelves, and I don't like that, so we're out here today to keep the cats company. Gremlin's actually sleeping on the bed next to me. I'll get a little shot of that after this because she's so cute and you deserve to see her. But yes, I am going to get started on those revisions, and here's hoping that they go as smoothly as they did yesterday. As promised, here's Gremlin, who was sleeping, but looks like I woke her up. I am sorry, baby. I will put the camera away and let you get back to sleeping now. Hello, friends. This time you get an update from the living room, kitchen, open space area of the apartment, because it is 11:18 and I'm sitting down for a lunch break. I've gotten through chapters 3 and 4, and they both took quite a bit of work, which is why it took me several hours to work through them. I did take a couple of breaks, but I'm happy with where they are now. I'm not like in love with them, but they've definitely improved. I've gotten rid of all the brackets, and now I have to do chapter 5, but I'm doing that after lunch. But chapter 5 isn't too bad. Like, there are no brackets, so I assume it won't be super intensive. So that's why I was like, I should just do it, but like, I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna eat lunch. Don't know what I'm gonna have yet. Probably just a bowl of cereal because I'm not really feeling up to making anything. Chloe is moving around behind me. You can see her there. Hello, ma'am. You attracted to my talking to the camera? She does it all the time. Whenever I'm vlogging in her vicinity, she's got to see what's up. It's like she knows when I'm talking to a camera versus when I'm talking to like Jacob or something. Jacob's my boyfriend. Yeah, so gonna eat lunch and then I might do more than just chapter 5 depending on what the other chapters are looking like, but I will for sure at least do chapter 5 later on today, and I will update you guys at some point to let you know how that goes. So I will see you then. Hello friends. It is now 2:38 p.m. on the 23rd, and I am officially calling it for the day. I have done so much work. I got through chapter 7 because the next several chapters since I last updated you all just needed some tweaking. They didn't have any brackets to fill in or anything like that, and I just kind of blazed through them. But chapter 8 does have brackets, and I am out of brain power for the day. I did 5 chapters today. That's so many. But yeah, I surpassed my goal by a couple of chapters, and I'm really happy with the progress that I've made. I do know that there are things that I will have to change that I haven't noted already in the draft because of stuff that I added to these chapters. I like kind of introduced a couple of ideas earlier, so I will be going to find where I had originally introduced them in the draft and putting a note in there now to be like, hey, you don't have to have this anymore. So I'm going to do that and then call it quits for today. So I will see you guys tomorrow, I guess. Hello friends, it is just past noon on the 24th, and I did not update you before I started my revisions for the day, but the Troublemakers had their stream. Wasn't a lot of sprinting because there was a lot of chatting. Katie Ann has an agent, how exciting. But I did end up revising chapter 8, and I kind of want to do chapter 9, but also it's so long. It's literally like 12 pages long, which is so long for me. I am a short chapter kind of person, but this one is really long, so I don't think I'm gonna do it, which is why I'm here to update you. But I might do it tonight. Maybe. There's a slim chance I do it tonight, and if so, I will tell you tomorrow. But for right now, where we're at is 8 chapters done, so we're almost a third of the way there. When I do chapter 9, we'll be a third of the way through the chapters, but we're more than a third of the way through the pages, because I don't know if this happens to anyone else, but I feel like my first half and second half are not even in terms of like number of chapters, number of pages. I don't know, it's weird, but like my first half is less chapters but more pages per chapter, so it evens out with the second half, which is more chapters but less pages per chapter. I don't know, that's just how this book has turned out. It might change with all of these drafts, but I'm gonna stop rambling now, and I think I'm gonna go for a walk today. I do have a book that I want to give to a free little library, and I would say that I'd film that for you, but the free little library is at the actual public library in this like little park seating area, and there's always people there regardless of the weather, and I don't want to film in front of people in public. So I will come back and let you know if I get anything though. I will say that because I like to show off when I get new books, especially if they're free. But yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hello friends. It is 4:45 on the 25th, and I'm here to give you your update for the day. I was revising during the Chaos stream that I hosted featuring Katie Ann. Wild time. Go back and watch the VOD if you want to see what all the craziness was about. But, oh, first I have to update you on my Free Little Library visits yesterday. So I ended up getting this sick edition of Dracula. How cool is that cover? So, yeah, I've already read Dracula. I really enjoy it. And now I got a really cool edition because I didn't own it physically before. Back to revisions. I revised chapters 9, 10, and 11, I believe. Sure, that sounds correct. Although I'm not revising the end of this chapter that I'm on, which I think is chapter 11. I think it's chapter 11. There's brackets that are like, this is how I want the chapter to end. Don't know why I didn't just write it then, but yeah, I'm kind of tired, so I'm gonna do that tomorrow. So I'm like 10 and a half chapters in. Might be 11 and a half. I think it's 10 and a half though. So that's where I'm at. Still trucking along. I've added so many words. These last few chapters have been so long. I'm definitely gonna have to cut them down, but I don't know where. So when I give these to my first readers at the end of these revisions, they can tell me where I can cut things. So that is all for me now. And I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. I want to get back into the habit of updating you in the morning with my goal for the day and then later on with what I actually did. I haven't done that the past couple of days, but we're gonna try and get back to that, so I will see you then.
Hi, it's me again. It's only been a couple of minutes. Apparently, I'm at the end of chapter 12. So I went through so much more than I thought I did. I don't understand how I got that far. I'm thinking I might have messed with the chapter numbers, but I don't think I did. So for now, I'm 11 and a half chapters in. And, yeah, I guess I'll be finishing chapter 12 tomorrow. So I'll see you then. Again. Good morning, friends. It is the 26th. I got a bit of a late start today. It's already past 9 a.m. and I just got out of bed and got dressed and then came in here to give you my morning goals, I guess. I'm not going to be working in the office today. I have decided it's a work from bed day because it's warmer in there and I get to see my cat sleeping next to me, and I want those vibes today. So I'm just here to give you this update and grab my computer and head out there. But my goal for today is to finish that chapter that I didn't finish yesterday because I have to write an entire ending of that chapter from scratch, which honestly shouldn't take me too long, but I just didn't want to do it yesterday because I did so many chapters. But I'm gonna do that, and we'll say, I should have pulled up my document ahead of time to see if the next chapters were long ones or short ones, or if they had a lot of brackets or no brackets. We're gonna say 2 chapters. We're gonna say finish the chapter that needs to be finished and then do 2 more chapters on top of that. That's the goal. I have no idea if that's feasible. Well, I mean, I don't really do much else with my day, so if I have to, I could spend the entire day doing this. But also, I don't want to do that. As much as I love writing, I don't want to spend 14 hours a day doing it. But, yeah, that's the goal. I am going to head on over to the bedroom now and get started on working. Probably watch a little bit of YouTube first just to wake myself up a little bit more, but then I'm going to get started on working. So I will see you guys later. Hello, friends. I am coming to you from where I've been laying down in bed writing for the past many hours. I did take a couple of breaks.
It's 4:30 now, so I have not been writing straight through till now. I took like a half-hour break for lunch, and then I took like a 2-hour break to watch the Nostalgia Train book club live stream for Wild Magic. A really good discussion. If you've read that book and you are interested in book club type discussions, go back and watch that because it was really nice. I enjoyed it so much. But writing wise, yes, I've finished through chapter 14. So I finished the chapter I was in the middle of and then did the next 2 chapters. Chapter 13 was actually extremely short and not a lot of work at all, and then chapter 14 was so much work, but I finally got through it. I want to keep going and like push through because I know the rest of these chapters are all going to be so much harder than the beginning of the book was. I know one of them, the very last chapter, I'll have to write the entire thing from scratch, and the other ones all have brackets of varying degrees of needing to work on them. So I should work on more today, especially because the next 2 days I'm not really going to have a ton of time to write. But we will see, because I'm definitely not going to do any more now. If anything, it'll be later on tonight, like after dinner, if I don't have anything else that I feel like doing. But for now, I'm done. My draft is now just over 56,000. It's 56,093 words. So when I started, this draft was at, 52.8? Something like that. I think it was just under 53k, which means we've added over 3,000 words. Well over 3,000 actually, because I have been deleting my little like notes as I go along. So like when I have a bracket and I fill in what that bracket says I need to fill in, obviously I delete it. Also, I've just been editing other parts of it and probably deleted some stuff here and there. I don't know how many words were in those brackets that I've deleted so far, but I've deleted quite a bit, which means I've written well over 3,000 words, but I'm not counting that as drafting because it'd be too much effort to figure out how much I actually did write, so it's just gonna go in my editing word count. I'm rambling now. I'm so tired. I should have taken a nap, but at this point, if I nap when I wake up, it's gonna be dark out, and I don't want to deal with that. So instead, I'm going to pull up some YouTube, maybe a movie? I don't really know if there's anything specific that I want to watch. Maybe I'll play some Animal Crossing. That sounds like a great idea. I'll play some Animal Crossing. I'll do some reading. And then maybe tonight after dinner I'll come back and do chapter 15. But maybe not. I might try and squeeze it in over the weekend, but I'm really not sure. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Hello friends. I am here at 9:42 on the 27th. I have wet hair because I just got out of the shower a little bit ago, but I'm going to explain to you how I'm hoping this weekend will go. So I have to do some grocery shopping this morning. Probably do that within like half an hour, 45 minutes, whenever my hair decides to dry. And then after that, I have more time today than I thought I did, but also not as much time as I would like to do too many things. So I want to revise, obviously, that's the point of this vlog, but also I'm kind of hoping to finish Dorohedoro today. I have 4 volumes left, and normally 4 volumes in one day is like nothing, especially because these chapters are super short, so I'm like zooming through them. Don't get me wrong, I'm loving the story and I'm taking the time I need to read it, but I just go through manga really fast. I go through any kind of reading really fast. I'm just a fast reader. That's neither here nor there. So I'm trying to get that done, but also get my revisions done. So my plan was to like revise a chapter, read a volume, and see if I can get through 4 chapters. Don't know if that's feasible because chapters are long, and these ones that we have as we approach the end of the book need more work than the earlier ones did. Also, today is the start of the Day of Trouble, which is the Troublemakers, Katie, Wallace, Devacia, and Stieg, doing 24 hours of streaming. There's 4 6-hour streams, starting at noon today in my time, which is Eastern, and ending at noon tomorrow. So, I want to support that, but also I don't know how the sprint times not being decided by me is going to affect my writing. I might do a little sneaky sneak and do writing during the sprints and then read my manga during the chats because I do that a lot whenever I'm not on screen. If I'm in the chat for a stream, I will do something else while the chatting is going on and like kind of pay attention to that and kind of pay attention to the other thing, which is often reading. So I think that's the plan, but I will only be able to attend this first stream, which is hosted by Katie, and so that's noon to 6 because um, probably before the end of the stream, actually. I think maybe like 5 or 5:30. I will be leaving because I have errands to run. And then after those errands, I will be going to a friend's house because tonight is the Royal Rumble. We're gonna be watching wrestling. We go to this friend's house every time there's a new like big wrestling event. Like we don't just regularly watch wrestling, but whenever it's like the Royal Rumble or WrestleMania or SummerSlam, any of that, because he is the wrestling fan of our group and has gotten several of the rest of us into wrestling. Mostly just me, but I think the others also enjoy it more than just as hanging out. Like they kind of enjoy the wrestling too. We're also going to be exchanging our Secret Santa gifts, which I'm very excited for because Christmas was a month ago. But yeah, so I only have that time frame of pretty much that first Day of Trouble stream to do things. So, I mean, I guess I technically could do things before I go grocery shopping because I have some time before that, but I think I'm gonna be using that time to do fun things like catching up on the YouTube videos that people have been posting. So yeah, that's what today looks like. And then tomorrow, Sunday, I told Wallace that I could hop onto the latter half of her stream because I will not be watching the stream tonight. I don't know which one is Steek's and which one's Devasha's, but the one from 6 to 12 I will not be doing because I will be out doing things. And then 12 to 6 tomorrow morning, my computer just made a sound, sorry about that. 12 to 6 tomorrow morning, I will be sleeping. And then Wallace is streaming from 6 to noon, which I'm pretty sure Wallace is like 2 time zones behind me. So it would be like 4 a.m. for her when the stream starts. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about where Wallace is in the world. It wouldn't be the first time, but I did say that if she wanted to co-host, I could hop on for the latter half of that stream because there's no way I'm going to be up at 6 a.m. Um, so I have that, and then I have the entire rest of tomorrow. So if I don't get a ton done today in my revisions, there's always tomorrow. Also, I know I want to finish Dorohedoro today, but if it happens tomorrow, I'm also okay with that. I have 13 chapters left in my revisions, so if I could get like 6 of them done this weekend, that would be fantastic. If I get more, even better, but I think my goal is 6 by Sunday night. Excuse me. So, now that I've rambled on for like 6 minutes, I am going to go and I will probably not update you until tomorrow if I'm being entirely honest. I think you might get a time lapse if I remember to do that, but you probably won't get an update until tomorrow at some point. So I will see you whenever it is that I see you next in this vlog. It'll only be a few seconds for you, but it'll be some time for me. So see you then.
Good morning, friends. It is currently 7:25 in the morning on Tuesday the 30th. I have not updated you since Saturday, I think. I updated you Saturday morning and said that I had big plans for the weekend. Those did not happen. My cats are chasing each other around. Yeah, so Saturday, I edited a chapter and a half. And then Sunday, I edited a chapter and a half. Yesterday, Monday, I edited 0 chapters. So, I had a headache, not a headache, migraine. I thought it was a headache, and then I tried moving, and the pain was suddenly everywhere. So I had a migraine yesterday, and I kind of just took it easy. But now, I'm here today, because I've got a plan. I have 10 chapters to revise, and my deadline is tomorrow. So, we're gonna do 8 hours of writing today, and I've made a tracker because, as it says along the bottom, I don't know if you can read that, probably not because it's gonna be backwards to you, but it says the tracker breeds reality. And there are 16 square boxes for each 30-minute sprint that I'm gonna do, because 30 times 16 equals however many minutes are in 8 hours. Then there are 4 circles to check off, which are also for half hours, but those are for half-hour breaks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 4 30-minute sprints, take a half-hour break, 4 30-minute sprints, take a 1-hour break. That's why there's 2 circles in a row there. I know I could have just put 1 check circle, but I put 2. Then I'm going to do 4 more sprints, then another 30-minute break, and then the last 4 sprints. Hopefully, I'm gonna try and stick to this. We'll see how it goes, because I've never dedicated myself to this much writing in one day. My cat is sneezing. Bless you, Gremlin. I will have to check to see if there's boogers, because she's had a cold lately, and it's been kind of gross. Anyway, yeah, this is the plan. I put little lines next to each checkbox, next to the squares that are short ones, because I'm just gonna write what number chapter I'm working on during that sprint, and then the longer ones next to the circles are to write down whatever I did during that sprint. So I'm not gonna do like back-to-back sprints, like I'll take like 2 minutes between each sprint when there's not a longer break, if I have to like refill my glass of water or go to the bathroom, get a snack. Snacking though, maybe I'll save that for the longer breaks, unless I'm like starving. Might grab a handful of goldfish to tide me over. But yeah, this is the plan for the day. And I do have some things that I want to get done during my breaks, like wash the dishes. If it warms up a little bit, I will go on a little walk, just because I haven't gone on a walk in a few days, and I feel like it would do me some good to get out of the apartment. Yeah, that's the plan. I don't know how great it's gonna go. I'm kind of scared, but I have 10 chapters to edit, so there's nothing to lose. I'm gonna try and do revisions for 10 hours, 8 hours today, a full-time job shift, and see how many chapters I can get through. I think I'll update you guys during the big breaks, and then at the end. That sounds reasonable. So, I am going to get myself situated, get some water, have a little bit of something in my stomach so I'm not starving all morning, and feed my cats too, because they gotta eat their breakfast, and then probably start writing at 8-ish. I'm not like a stickler for these being exact. Like, I will be using a timer on the sprints, but like if my breaks are only 25 minutes instead of 30, or if my hour-long break ends up being like an hour and 15, like that's fine. I'm not anticipating this going exactly as planned. We're gonna just do our best. So, well, that's so many sprints, and the internet is full of so many distractions. Anyway, I will see you guys in 2-ish hours after I've hopefully done 2 hours of writing. So, I will see you then.
Hello, friends. It is now 9:49 a.m. Sorry, I'm like laying down in bed because that's how I was writing. And I finished my first 2 hours of writing, and I am very happy with my progress. I had started at chapter 18 because there was 27 chapters total. I had done the first 17 already, so I had 10 left. So I did chapter 18, and then I did chapter 19, and then I combined chapters 19 and 20 because it just led directly into it and it didn't feel like it needed a chapter break. So I then did what was chapter 20 but is now the second half of chapter 19, and I started on the new chapter 20. So I've gotten through so much. Technically, with the new numbers, I've only gotten through 3.5, no, 2.5, yeah, 2.5, 18, 19, and part of 20, but there's also only 26 now, so I've only got 6.5 more to go. Can I do this all today? Will I even need the 8 hours? Who knows? We are going to see. But I am going to take my first half-hour break, so I guess I'll come back at 10:20 and get back to work. I'm hungry, so I think I'm gonna make like a PBJ. That sounds pretty dang good, and I think I'll get those dishes washed during the sprint too. Yeah, I will not update you before my next set of sprints. I'll update you on my next longer break. So I will see you guys in about 2.5 hours.
Hello, friends. It is 12:25, and I officially only have one more chapter left to write. Let me consult my thing over here, my little tracker. So during the first of this second set of 4 sprints, I worked on chapter 20. Then I worked on chapters 21 and 22. Then I worked on chapters 22 and 23. And then I worked on chapters 24 and 25. I was a lot quicker in those last couple sprints because one, I guess, they were shorter chapters, and B/2, they didn't have as much that needed to be worked on. Maybe because they were shorter, I don't know. But they were definitely a lot easier to work through than some of the other ones. But now I have the final chapter, which was 27 in the first draft. Now it's 26. I have nothing for this chapter. Like, I literally did not draft it during the last time I was drafting. Chloe is approaching. I just heard her jump down from the window in the other room. But anyway, yeah, so during NaNoWriMo, when I was doing the first draft, I did not draft this chapter. I just wrote, I almost dropped my phone there. I just wrote a couple of paragraphs about ideas for it. Hello, Chloe, how are you? And then I just ended the draft. So now I guess I have to actually write it. Ma'am, are you gonna come into the camera? No, she's gonna sit there and scratch herself. Anyway, I'm gonna take that hour-long break now. I did not do the dishes during my last break, so I'm gonna do that now. And I'm not gonna take a walk because it's 30-something degrees out. So I'm just gonna chill for that hour, I guess. Hello, there she is. And I will see you guys, I guess, when I'm done with this draft. So then I can close out this vlog. That's crazy to say. But yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. I will see you guys later after I pet my cat.
Hello, friends. It is now just about 3 p.m. and I have finished my draft. Excitement. I'm very relieved. Technically, I finished it at about 2:30, but literally as I was typing the last few words, my boyfriend came into the room. He was in the office today, so he came home, and we've been chatting for the past half hour. So I finished after only 5 hours of work today. So many. So technically, I kind of failed my can I write 8 hours mini challenge within this greater challenge vlog of can I edit my novel in 10 days? But I did edit my novel in 10 days, technically 9 because my deadline was tomorrow, technically 8 because I didn't write yesterday. Sure, I don't know, but yeah, I finished, and it is topping out at almost exactly 58,000 words. That does include like a couple of questions that I left at the bottom of the document for my beta readers / alpha readers / critique partners, whatever term you want to use for them. Just stuff that I already kind of know isn't working, but I don't really know how to fix it, so I want their opinions on it. So that's part of the word count, but I don't care. We're just calling it 58K, which means I added almost 6,000 words to the document. I guess I would have added way more than that because I also deleted all of the like bracket notes that I had left, and some of those got pretty lengthy. So I wish I knew exactly how much I added to it. Like, I don't know. I'm not going back into that first document to find out how much of it was brackets. It's fine. It doesn't matter that much. But I finished my draft, and I'm so excited. It's not great. I mean, it's only a second draft, but it's so much better than the first draft was. It's much more fleshed out and fixed up a couple of places. So now I get to send it off to people who will tell me how to make it even better. And I'm definitely taking tomorrow off of writing. I guess in February I will get started on to something else. I'm not quite sure what that something else is yet, but I will figure it out. Um, yeah. It feels so weird to be done. I didn't expect to finish it today. I was thinking to myself this morning, okay, if I don't finish in the 8 hours today, I'll try for 8 hours again tomorrow. So glad that I don't have to do that. But now that the draft is done, that brings us to the end of this vlog. If you've enjoyed it, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel for more content, and that way I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.